So in this video, I am going to be showing you how to make a folded paper book like this one. It's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages when it's done, and then a front cover and a back cover. So the first step when you are going to be making your folded paper book is to get your materials. And you are going to need one piece of paper, a pair of scissors, and some kind of marker or pencil, something to draw a line with. Now, the very first step after getting your materials, you are going to take your piece of paper and you are going to fold it in half so that you have a long, skinny piece of paper where your top and your bottom are longer than the sides. The next step is to take your paper and fold it in half one more time. And then you have a rectangle like this. And then that third step is to fold it in half another time. And you're left with a small rectangle. And when you unfold it, your paper now has 8 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the next step, and it's a little different than what we did our first step, half fold, but you're gonna fold your paper in half. I'm gonna go this way. So you're gonna fold your paper in half so that your sides are now longer than your top and your bottom. And you also, when you're looking at the sides, you have a closed side and an open side. Notice that the top, or the bottom and the top, are both open. So it's important to make sure you figure out what's your closed side. And to make sure, just run your finger along that closed side. And then, so this is my closed side, and this is my open. And I'm going to grab my pen, and I am going to draw a line that is going to tell me where to cut my paper. And I'm going to draw that line starting from my closed side. So again, this is my closed side, and I'm going to start drawing from here, and I'm going to draw my line to the middle. And it's really easy to draw your line because you can kind of follow along the line that's created by the fold you did earlier. So I drew this line starting from my closed side to the center of my page. This is just telling me where to cut. So now I'm ready to cut my paper. So I take my scissors, and it's really important to make sure when you're using scissors that you're being safe. Do not run with your scissors. Do not cut anything other than the paper. So I'm just gonna cut along that line, starting on the closed side to the center of my paper. And now I have a piece of paper that sort of flaps up and down like that. Now I'm going to unfold my paper, and you can sort of see where you cut your paper. It's going to be in the center. And now you're going to fold your paper in half so that you have another your paper is in that long, skinny mode where the top and bottom are longer than the sides. And then I just like to kind of re-press and kind of recrease those folds. Now this is where it gets kind of tricky, but this is where it actually goes from piece of paper folded in half to a book. So holding your paper like you're about to hand it to someone else, to hold your hands and just slowly start pushing in your paper until you start getting a diamond. And the more you push in that paper, the corners on the inside are going to get closer and closer together until you end up with a plus sign. And it's kind of hard to hold this plus sign in place, but that's okay because this is the last step. So I'm just kind of holding the plus sign right in the corners, on those inside corners there, and I'm going to just fold my book closed. And I might have to put it down on the table and flatten out some of the pages while I'm pushing this down so that it folds evenly. But now I have a 6-page book that I'm ready to illustrate.